What is going on, everyone? My name is Zach, Likes Comics, and I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Today is Wednesday, February 11th, 2026, which means it is New Comic Book Day, and I'm so excited for what we have releasing today, guys. The anticipated Cyclops miniseries finally releases today, as well as DC KO issue 4. We have Spider-Man Torn and Spider-Man Noir issue 5, the final issue of those miniseries releasing today. But most importantly, we have Ultimate X-Men issue 24 by Peach Momoko coming out today, the final issue of this run. I am so excited to read this. I know it's going to be fantastic. If you haven't already started Ultimate X-Men by Peach Momoko, you need to do yourself a favor and tap in to this amazing series. But first things first, we're going to get ready for the day. We're going to hang out with some friends. We're going to hunt for some comics. We're going to have a great day, guys. So come with me. It would not be a New Comic Book Day vlog without outfit plus a read of the day. First things first. So for today's outfit, I have on my plaid short coat with some selvage denim, and then for the shoes, I'm wearing my Blundstone 558s. But for today's read of the day, I want to go ahead and read issue number 6 of Batman by Matt Fraction, Jorge Jimenez. I've been hearing fantastic things about this 6th issue. I've been trying to avoid spoilers, but can't do it much longer, so I'm going to go ahead and jump on and read issue number 6. I've been loving this series so far. Matt Fraction and Jorge Jimenez have just been killing it. A fresh new take on the character with new villains, a beautiful world, amazing art and pacing so far throughout, and just a very interesting story that I have just been loving. So we're going to go ahead and read issue number 6, and I'll get back to you guys afterwards with my thoughts. I just finished reading issue number 6 of Batman by Matt Fraction and Jorge Jimenez, and guys, this was a fantastic issue. I'm so glad I avoided all spoilers for this because holy cow was this amazing. So this issue is bold, proving Matt Fraction and Jorge Jimenez are ready to create a new era for Batman, taking big swings that I think will play out well. This issue picks up right where issue 5 left off, with many stories all happening at once, and Fraction being able to juggle each, not leaving a single panel wasted. The story follows many different characters throughout, and you can quickly tell that every single thing we've seen so far for each of the characters has had meaning. Fraction is able to create important and emotional character moments while also balancing the action of this issue flawlessly. As Batman struggles in this issue to explain the complexity of the situation to Dr. Zeller, he also has to say goodbye to his partner as Tim lays down the mantle of Robin, stepping away. Guys, as I mentioned before, I think this was a phenomenal and bold issue. I'm very excited to see where this creative team continues to take this series. I think Tim Drake stepping away from the mantle of Robin is a good choice by this creative team that I think will play out well in the future. I think Tim Drake deserves to be his own independent character as Red Robin instead of being a sidekick still and going back and forth. I think it's just way too confusing, and he has had his time as Robin and he deserves to be his own story told. So I think this was a very good choice by this creative team. I would love to hear what you think in the comments down below, but let me go into everything that I read last week. And here we have everything that I read last week. Starting off the list, we have Psy Dimensional Rivals by Peach Momoko, Stan Sakai, and Ivan Koyeyo. A fantastic first issue of a 5-part miniseries that I'm very excited for. Peach Momoko continues killing it, creating bold and fresh stories here. Psy Dimensional Rivals follows as Psy, or Psylocke, makes a journey across dimensions to find the 7th Infinity Stone for Galactico. Momoko's story of Psy and her journey across dimensions is unique and fresh, with both Ivan Koyeyo and Stan Sakai teaming up to write and illustrate Psy across each dimension. Koyeyo's art and writing style both contrasts and complements that of Momoko's, seamlessly transitioning the story as Psy travels through dimensions in search of the 7th Infinity Stone. Sakai does a great job here as well, with each creator continuing the story flawlessly, with each dimension feeling unique but also feeling familiar. This was a fantastic way to set the stage for this journey of Psy as she hunts for the 7th Infinity Stone, with Momoko, Koyeyo, and Sakai creating a unique and fun story with amazing art contrasting one another beautifully. Guys, I am so excited for this 5-part miniseries. I highly suggest and recommend this series if you haven't already picked it up. Side Dimensional Rivals by Peach Momoko, Stan Sakai, and Aiba Koyeo. This is only going to be a 5-part miniseries, so super quick and easy read, but a super fun and unique story with amazing art and writing. I highly recommend it. And coming into issue number 2, here we have. And the second read of the week, here we have Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 1 by Brian Michael Bendis and Mark Bagley. This is actually the Epic Collection, so this collects issues 1 through 13, so the first 2 story arcs of this run. And guys, I totally understand the hype now, and I'm so glad I jumped on the train. So Ultimate Spider-Man by Brian Michael Bendis and Mark Bagley is a fresh and fun take on Peter Parker and Spider-Man. The first story arc of Ultimate Spider-Man serves as an origin story, feeling familiar, but just when you think you know what's going to happen next, there are twists and turns to this version of Peter that feel unique and interesting. Peter is a bit of the nerdy type, not really fitting in with the crowd and having a bit of teenage angst, dealing with the highs and lows of being a 15-year-old high schooler, as one would imagine. Bendis does a phenomenal job setting up Peter's struggles, balancing his schoolwork, his job, his love life, and learning to navigate being Spider-Man all at once. You truly relate to Peter and the struggles he faces with the tough decisions he makes. And that was everything in the first story arc that I reviewed. I thought the first story arc was phenomenal, a great way to serve as an origin story for Peter. As I said, feeling a bit familiar but also fresh with bits of zigs and zags throughout that I truly enjoyed. But going into the second story arc serves as a learning curve as Spider-Man, driven by revenge, sets to take down the Kingpin who employed the man who killed Uncle Ben. Bendis does a great job with the pacing and world building throughout as Peter comes to the realization he needs to start using his brain more in his struggle and getting used to his newfound powers. Peter and MJ's relationship is very well done in this series, not feeling forced, and also highlights how Peter struggles balancing with great power also comes great responsibility. I fully understand the hype of Ultimate Spider-Man, and guys, I cannot wait to read volume number 3. Guys, I think this is a fantastic run by Brian Michael Bendis and Mark Bagley. Like I said, a unique and fresh story, also feeling a bit familiar, but that is everything that I read last week. It is about that time. We're about to head to meet some friends for today's New Comic Book Day, so come with me, guys, and let's see what we pick up today. Today is the release of Moon Knight. We have this beautiful foil variant. Might be pulling this instead of the A cover. So we got 1, 2 foils. What are we spotting, Carson? We got the Side Dimensional Rivals, Batman 6.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, that's so tough. There was one last Peach Momoko variant on the shelves. Today was also the release of Crypto, the Last Dog of Krypton. Some beautiful trades up here. We just made it back from today's New Comic Book Day, February 11th, 2026. Daniel, what's your pull of the week?
Pull of the week is the Absolute Wonder Woman annual. Really excited for this. It picks up on her turning into Medusa back in the earlier issues. So excited for that.
Very interesting. All right, what else did you pull this week? Let's see.
So this week we got the ending of Spider-Noir, which unfortunately I've already spoiled that for myself because I like looking through the comics before I read them, unfortunately. Moon Knight 1, which is really exciting.
Mark Spector.
Jed McKay on his 15,000th reboot of Moon Knight, but we're excited for it. DCKO 4. I have 3. I haven't read it, but a lot of people said 3 was a letdown, so if that's the case, hopefully 4 is good. And then the end of Amazing Spider-Man Torn. I don't know how I feel about that.
5 issues isn't enough sometimes.
Yes, and then a bunch of the new Aquaman with the tie-ins for the DCKO.
So peak.
Been really wanting some more Aquaman, and especially this new run since he's got the blue, and I've got it. So that's what I've got this week.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and show you my pull of the week. Here we have Ultimate X-Men issue 24, And not just Ultimate X-Men 24, a Peach Momoko, beautiful variant cover here. I am not ready for the series to end.
That's what I was about to say. I was like, that's the ending, isn't it?
But I know that it's going to be peak. I know it's going to be a good ending. I just don't want it to end here. I know that I'm going to reread it in a month, I think. But nonetheless, tap in if you haven't. We will get back to you guys at home with our haul. I just made it back home, and as you can see here, I have a pretty good stack for today's new comic book day, as well as a trade paperback on top of all these amazing single issues. So let's go right into the stack, guys. And starting the stack off, here we have Daredevil Back in Black by Charles Soule and Ron Garney. Guys, I'm super excited for this run. I'm a huge, huge Daredevil fan. I just love the character and everything that he embodies. And I've heard great things about this run. I tried to jump into this blind so I didn't get any spoilers, but I'm very excited to read this. And going into issue number 2, here we have. And coming into issue 2, here we have Ultimate X-Men issue 24 by Peach Momoko. Guys, I'm a huge, huge Ultimate X-Men fan, and I'm going to be so sad whenever I finish this issue and the series is over, but I just know I'm going to go ahead and reread this entire series at the end of the month so I can read it in the entirety. I love this run. If you haven't already hopped on Ultimate X-Men, you need to do yourself a favor. Coming into issue number 3, here we have. Issue number 3, here we have Mark Spector, Moon Knight, in this beautiful foil cover. Guys, I am a huge Moon Knight fan. I love the TV series that Marvel did a few years ago, and I'm a huge Jed MacKay fan, so I'm super excited for this run. Coming into issue number 4, here we have. Issue number 4, one of my most anticipated comics of the year, the Cyclops miniseries. Guys, I'm a huge Scott Summers fan, one of my favorite X-Men, and this sounds like such an interesting concept. Cyclops alone without his visor. What is going to happen, guys? Coming into issue number 5, here we have. Issue number 5, here we have Transformers issue 29. Guys, I am a huge fan of this new Transformers series, and I just love this beautiful Daniel Warren Johnson variant. It was the last one on the shelves, so I feel so lucky I was able to pull this. Guys, that is everything that I picked up this week for New Comic Book Day. Thank you all so much for watching today's New Comic Book Day vlog. I hope you all enjoyed as much as I enjoyed making today's video. I can't thank you enough for the love and support that you guys have been giving me on my channel over these past few weeks. I am seriously so thankful for each and every one of you. We just hit 800 subscribers, and I am still mind blown by the fact that each and every one of you continue to support me in such an amazing way. I cannot thank you enough. We will be back next week for New Comic Book Day, but in the meantime, I hope you all have a fantastic week and a great weekend. Happy Valentine's, everyone. Peace.